Hello, readers! Today I'm going to be reading to you another one of our 2021 Rhode Island Children Book Award nominees. The title of this book is Titan and the Wild Boars, The True Cave Rescue of the Thai Soccer Team. This was written by Susan Hood and Pathana Sorn Haran and illustrated by Dow Fumerick. I hope you enjoy. Like his friends in Mae Sai and many kids in Thailand, 11-year-old Chanin grew up obsessed with soccer. He started playing at age 6 and joined the Wild Boars team a couple of years later. Chanin's family nicknamed him Titan after the powerful giants of Greek mythology. Little Titan may not have measured up in height, but like these gods, he was known for his strength. "He is small but very tough," said his aunt. "His coach said he plays like a boy aged 14. Whenever he gets knocked down, he just jumps up straight away." At first, Titan didn't even own soccer shoes. He played in a friend's hand-me-downs, wrapped together in duct tape. He saved 300 baht from his pocket money to buy his own. As one of the youngest members of the Wild Boars, Titan trained hard to play striker. Riding his bike for miles on rugged mountain roads in Thailand's steamy heat was just part of the drill. Day 1. One Saturday after soccer practice, Titan, his friends, and Coach Eck rode their bikes to explore a favorite cave 6 miles away. They dropped their bikes, ignoring the sign outside the cave that warned visitors not to enter during the monsoon season starting in July. It was still June after all, and a few of them had been there before. The storied, hidden city within the cave excited the boys, eager for adventure, and the cool, dark, secret passages beckoned. Titan and his friends ventured deep into the cave, sloshing through muddy water, rounding dripping stalactites and jagged stalagmites, squeezing through tight passages. Little did they know that outside it had begun to rain. Hard. When the boys turned to go home, water was streaming down the porous limestone walls of the cave and bubbling up from the ground, flooding the tunnel back to the entrance. The boys asked their coach, "How are we going to get out of here?" "Don't be scared," said Coach Eck. "Someone will come and find us." He led the boys deeper into the cave to a ledge where they could rest until morning. Surely the water level would drop by then. That night, worried parents reported their sons missing. Trapped. Stoned cold water whirling, swirling, sounds of falls echoed off the walls, smells of mud, sweat, fear, dank, humid air, closed in like the jagged rocks, above and below, hunger pains, endless rains, poured down, down, down underground. The boys raised prayers to Buddha, to Christ, to Jiao Mei Nang Nan, spirit of the mountain. Coach said, "Be still! Turn off your torches!" One by one by one, the lights switched off, and someone started to cry. Days 2 through 5. News of Titan and the trapped boys traveled far and fast. Over the next few days, thousands of soldiers, park rangers, engineers, geologists, doctors, divers, officials, and other volunteers poured in to help, including the Royal Thai Navy SEALs and expert cave divers from around the world. British spelunker Vernon Unsworth, who lived nearby and had spent more than 6 years exploring the cave, mapped it for the rescue crew. In total, it was 10 kilometers or 6.2 miles long. Pattaya Beach, a higher, open cavern where rescuers suspected the boys might be. Samyak Junction. The King of Thailand donated 2,000 raincoats and sent food trucks. Park rangers searched the mountaintop for backdoor shafts where they could drop survival boxes of food, maps, and mobile phones, or where rescuers could rappel down. Sniffer dogs, drones, and robots searched for another way in and another way out. Workers installed massive pumps to try to drain the water from the cave. Inside the cave, time inched along, day after day after day. Morning was as black as night. It was difficult to sleep perched on the rocky ledge. Titan tried not to think about food, knowing it would only make him hungrier. But one of the boys cried out for congee, rice porridge, in his sleep. Coach Eck urged Titan and his friends to drink the clean water dripping down the stalactites and taught them to meditate to conserve energy. When they were not resting, the teammates took turns digging to try to find a way out. As the days passed, Titan grew dizzy, his strength sapping away. He had watched the World Cup with his dad on their last night together. Now he knew his parents and 5-year-old brother Toto would be worrying about him. Would anyone ever find them? Coach Eck glanced at him and gave him a hug. When watching after others, you watch after yourself. The Buddha. Days 5 through 9. Outside, the experts had never faced such a complex and dangerous rescue operation. As the monsoon rains drummed down, the divers crouched, crawled, and swam, fighting mudslides and whirlpools, feeling their way along the flooded, pitch-black tunnels. The cold made their teeth chatter when they were able to surface in an air pocket. Divers scaled boulders the size of a house and slid down rock cliffs. The current was so strong it could knock divers' masks from their faces. Silt stirred up in the water made flashlights nearly useless. Day after day, they worked to thread guide ropes through the tunnels and position replacement air tanks along the route. Divers spotted the boys' handprints on a wall past the T-junction. They had gone this way. Narrow passages in the rocks, one only 15 inches high, obstructed progress. The divers could not fit through with their air tanks. Hours went by, and each time the tanks ran low, the divers couldn't just surface to breathe. They were forced to turn back. Where could the boys be? The divers wondered. How would they find them? And after so many days without food, could they still be alive? Day 10. Tedium. For the boys, time unwound. Underground, in the dark. Hours and days replayed in endless digging, meditating, praying, digging, meditating, praying. Then wait! What was that? Listen! Strange voices in the dark. What were they saying? Were the boys hallucinating? Titan's friend Adul shone a light down the ledge and was stunned by what he saw. Two divers! How many of you? Asked one, his headlamp illuminating their astonished faces. Adul could barely speak. The diver was not Thai, and he was speaking English. As one of the few boys who understood him, Adul answered, 13! Brilliant, said the diver. Many people are coming. We are the first. You have been here 10 days. You are very strong. Titan and his friends looked from one to the other, frustrated that they couldn't understand what was being said. Would they go home now? Did the divers have food? Eat, 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 cried one of the boys. But food would have to wait until the divers could make the long, exhausting trip out of the cave and back to them again the following day. Titan watched the divers slip under the water and disappear into the dark. Breaking news! Thai Lucky 13 found, blared the headlines about the lost and now found boys. Everyone hailed the rescuers as heroes and thanked all the gods in heaven for the boys' safety. But a bigger problem loomed. None of the boys knew how to scuba dive, and they were terribly weak after 10 days in the cave without food. How would they get out? Titan crouched with his coach. He would wait until Tuesday, but would the divers be too tired by then? Day 18. Tuesday dawned with news of a second success. 8 boys were safe. Now it was Titan's turn. Like his friends, Titan was dressed in a wetsuit and life jacket with an air cylinder and harness. The doctor gave him a sedative, and he fell asleep with a full face mask providing oxygen. Following a guide rope bolted into the rocks, one of the best divers in the world shepherded Titan through the black tunnels, dark as deep space. He swam with Titan's head close to his own so he could feel the boy's air bubbles and know he was still breathing. Up, down, under, and through they went. The diver navigated steep hills and tight passages, feeling his way along. He occasionally smacked his head on the rocks in the pitch black. When the two emerged from the underwater tunnels, additional rescuers strapped Titan in a flexible plastic stretcher called a sked. They carried him over rocky ground and even used a rope and pulley system to zip the sked across steep valleys. Titan was still asleep when the rescuers delivered him to the military and other workers who triumphantly carried him out of the cave. They were greeted by tears and cheers from the anxious crowds waiting outside. The joyful news of another successful rescue raced around the world. Hoo-yah! In the hospital, Titan was reunited with his friends. All 12 boys and their coach were safe. He burst into tears when he saw his parents through the glass partition. Happy tears. What many had called mission impossible was now mission accomplished. The Thai SEALs said, "We are not sure if this is a miracle, a science, or what." Miracle, science, patience, expertise, luck, sacrifice, most of all, teamwork. Titan and the wild boars played together, strayed together, braved together, caved together, humbled together, crumbled together, stayed together, prayed together, dug together, hugged together, kneeled together, healed together. Titan and the wild boars brought the worlds together as one team, with loving kindness sparking a light in the dark for us all. Radiate boundless love towards the entire world. The Buddha. For more information about the cave rescue, including fascinating facts, a timeline, and an interview with British divers who saved Titan and the Wild Boars, check out your own copy of Titan and the Wild Boars, the true cave rescue of the Thai soccer team, and head to the back of the book. I hope you enjoyed this miraculous story. Thank you.